Day 687, and the day didn't go quite as planned, but this one woke up to a bunch of rain. So the plan to maybe even get in a light run before work didn't happen. The plan to walk the dog for a half hour didn't happen. I was lucky to get her outside just to go potty. We got out, we walked to, she looked around and tried to go back in. I was like, no, you come on, you gotta go outside. She turned, kind of went down the hall, went down the stairs, looked around, came back down the hall, tried to go back up the stairs. Like, no, we gotta go, come on. So we finally go down the stairs, get down to the ground floor, and then she goes to the potty and she goes, turn around, beelines it right back to the door. I'm like, okay, well, I figured we have about half an hour, so we just go sit by the window and just wait for the rain to potentially stop. Even if we get a 2-minute break, it's enough for her to go to the bathroom. And I didn't want to leave her like that, and unfortunately it just kept raining, and she had to stay inside, and she didn't give me any signs that she had to go outside. So she was a good girl, though. She didn't make a mess anywhere. I got back. I guess the other part of the plan was to run after work and go straight to the park again, run 6 miles. After that, go to the grocery store, pick up some food, come back, make dinner, and then of course walk the dog after I got back before dinner. But because the morning plan didn't go well, I just came straight back. This one was sleeping, almost like she's doing now. And then, then I just changed real quick. We went for a walk. Probably got in 20-25 minutes. Wasn't the usual morning length, but it was just something longer. And came back, tried to play with her a little bit, and then I went for my run and got in 5 miles, so it was miles shy. It was a little bit chilly too, just because it had rained for like half the day. So there was puddles everywhere, so I avoided the canal. But I did see on this little route, I don't go this route too often, but I did see there's a small plaza, and they have, I think, a small restaurant, like a deli, and then a little brewery in there. And at some point, it's probably, the whole thing's maybe a block wide. So there's some office buildings. I think there's a real estate agent company in there. I think there's a dentist place in there. It's a bunch of little offices. And they have this blue road that's running parallel to the sidewalk on the road. So it almost looks like a bike path, but it's definitely painted blue. And I just kept thinking, like Wizard of Oz, like follow the yellow brick road, except it's blue. And I was like, where does this go? And I thought maybe it just leads people right from the road to the restaurant. But then I saw it go past the restaurant, and I was like, maybe I'll hop on there on the way back if I need to add on a half mile or something. But I keep going, I go to the light, and it's not quite where I want to be, so I turn and add on a little bit extra. And I said, let's just go down this way. It's a little bit in the neighborhood, and I'll just get to 2 miles and then turn around. And then as I'm turning right, I see that the little office buildings have an exit there, and sure enough, there's that blue path coming out again. And so I guess I think it's kind of cool that they have the particular path just to go from one side to the other, just to kind of cut through if someone's walking or taking a bike. I thought about taking it just for funsies, but then I was like, I'm really low on mileage, and I was hoping to get in 6, and I'll be lucky to get in 5. And so I just went out and back, and I added on an extra mile when I came back, but it did okay. And I did some pickup drills. I guess it's a pickup the end of it. And so I just kept my pace, and I accelerated. So I did 4 accelerations during the run. And then after that, just did a couple leg exercises just to kind of keep the legs fleshed out, keep them moving, keep them sharp. And came back in and kind of stretched out again, and then hung out with the pup, and then started making some dinner. And didn't have too many things. Like I said, I need to go to the grocery store, but I have a ton of rice, so I made some rice, put in some cilantro with it, and I had some leftover kielbasa, so I threw that in there. I don't know if kielbasa and just rice go together. There should have been some peppers, maybe even like a half salad or something, but it wasn't the greatest, but I just needed to eat something, and it was filling. And my pup enjoyed some rice too, so we ate well. And then I was watching. What was I watching? There was actually kind of a ton of stuff to watch today. The Circle came out on Netflix, which I enjoy. It's just a fun, kind of silly show, but you get a little bit invested, and it's something kind of lighthearted. You can just keep on and play a game or talk with someone while you're watching it. And then I watched 20 minutes of that and stopped it because I'm trying to get someone else to watch it with me, and they're not going to watch it if I'm on episode 3 or 4 and they're on episode 1. So I'm going to wait, and hopefully they watch it tonight or tomorrow. But then there was also, what was the other one? Oh, there's a Suns game on again, even though they played yesterday. Yesterday they won by about 20, and today they lost by about 20. And I think they're just tired legs and run out of gas. At one point, they were down by 19, and they caught back up within 1, and then they just lost the steam again. Never really recovered after that. But so that took a little extra time to watch. They took extra time. I was spending more time watching that, and I wanted to watch the full game, or what was left of the game, before I turn on anything else. And then I was going to watch, what was there? I think there was 2 things. I was going to watch one, and then I was like, no, I'm going to change it again. But what I ended up watching was Alice in Borderland, which is a Korean show, which I really enjoyed the first one because it's the cerebral aspect of it. There's a bunch of philosophical kind of standpoints in there in the game, and you don't necessarily get what's going on, but there's little tricks in there if you can pay attention to it. So it's just a fun adventure. And that's been, the season 1 was good, which I think I watched maybe a year and a half ago. So this one, season 2, and it jumps right into it again. So it's been enjoyable. I'm on episode 3, halfway through episode 3, and I stopped. Gosh, what was the other thing I was going to watch? Oh, I was told Kevin Hart had a special on. That was a good watch. But, oh my gosh, there was something else I think I saw that looked good. I don't remember. But there was some good stuff out, and so I was having a little bit of trouble to pick which one to do. And I definitely wanted to make sure I got in a run, so I said don't turn on the TV before you run, but I actually turned it on just because the pup was carrying here all day by herself, and I hate leaving to work and coming back and leaving again. So I turned it on and she said, I'll be right back. Just so she could have some background noise this time. It wasn't so quiet. And she was fine. We played a little bit, and then it got to the point where after the run I took a shower, and I had the door kind of open because I was working on the pull-ups right before too. And I could hear her drop the ball, like, hey, I'm ready to play. So right when I got out of the shower, we were throwing the ball around a little bit, so got to wear her out. But back to the pull-ups, I got back to 50, and I did a set of curls, a set of form drills, two sets of squats. One was jumping squat, one was a regular squat. So I need to keep that going, but I don't want to do anything too crazy until after the half marathon. I've been feeling like I want to go to the gym, but I don't want to, I guess, put on more muscle weight. I don't know how much you can put on in 2 weeks, but I don't want to carry anything extra before the race, so I'm going to do that and then work on lifting a little bit more and hopefully some more speed stuff. But I did weigh myself today just out of curiosity, just because I haven't weighed myself in at least 2 months. I think last time I was 157 and now I was 161. But that could be because I weighed myself in the evening, and normally I weigh myself in the morning. So a day's worth of food could be a little to do with it. And I think the other part is just because I'm eating so many cookies. It's just Christmas season. I enjoy eating cookies this little month, so I eat them till they're gone, and then I calm it down and then get back into it. So I've got 3 cookies left, and after that I'm gonna start slowly cutting things out, and then that week of the marathon trying to be really strict with it and just eat the necessary foods, nothing too sugar related, and just hopefully prime my body up for that race. But best thing I can do now is get some sleep and start getting on a solid sleeping schedule. So that's what I'll do. So run your life with health and happiness, and have a good night.